看来这银色羽翼就该落入我手啊！
来者不善，
雕虫小技，
痴心妄想，滚开！
给我银翼！
你也就这点实力，我懒得浪费时间。
Hello guys, welcome to the AllRasta channel to discuss and explain the exciting storyline of your favorite series, SwallowedStar episode 229. In the previous episode, after escaping the deadly trap of the White-Winged Spirit and letting his Shi-Wu wings absorb the enemy's energy until fully recovered, Luofeng decided to postpone conquering those wings until his power level was adequate. In his subsequent exploration of the ancient stone pillar area, he found a legendary cosmic map and Jie Fanzi's inheritance token, leading to a massive treasure in a dangerous area of the universe boat. When Luofeng shared this precious map data with the leaders of the human race, he was suddenly called to an emergency meeting. There, the huge axe creator showed off his newly acquired Supreme True Treasure Axe weapon and proudly declared a new golden era where the human race now had absolute power and could never be oppressed by any aliens again. So what happens next? Alright, without further ado, let's get straight into the story. After the huge axe creator showed off the axe he got from the Tilted Peak realm, he told the Universe Masters present to temporarily keep this news a secret, waiting for the right moment to make it public. Besides that, another reason the huge axe creator invited them all was to share something important, a detailed map of the universe boat area, which was a combination of his own map information and Luofeng's. The announcement immediately caused a huge stir because Luofeng's map successfully doubled the human race's knowledge of the universe boat territory. After seeing the map, Longyan Master was shocked because Luofeng's map was way more detailed than the huge axe creators. In fact, Luofeng's map didn't just show the outer regions, it also covered the core area of the universe boat in great detail. The Universe Masters there were super curious about where Luofeng managed to get his hands on such a detailed map. Even though the map didn't cover the entire universe boat area, the more detailed the data, the greater the chances for the human race's Universe Masters to explore the universe boat and hunt for treasure. As a token of appreciation, the huge axe creator called Luofeng, who had voluntarily donated the map to the human race. The huge axe creator couldn't just let Luofeng walk away without any reward, because after all, Luofeng's contribution was way too massive to be traded for any treasure the human race currently owned. Therefore, the huge axe creator decided to give Luofeng 5,000 true treasure coins. Luofeng actually tried to decline at first, but according to the huge axe creator, Luofeng had to accept the reward because boosting his power was exactly what he needed right now. Hearing that, Luofeng respectfully accepted the gift, saying that he would continue to contribute to strengthening the foundation of the human race. The meeting then wrapped up with a drinking party, and the atmosphere grew even more lively. Next, we see Luofeng, who had now arrived at the outer edges of the universe boat. Right in front of him, Luofeng could see the wreckage of an ancient giant warship standing tens of millions of light years tall and stretching billions of light years long. An incredibly massive gravitational pull continuously surged out from within the universe boat, sucking in the endless streams of chaos energy around it and transforming them into various devastating manifestations of natural energy. As a result, even just the outside of the universe boat was packed with dangers and extremely brutal environments, like flowing rivers of fire, freezing oceans of ice, raging hurricane vortexes, and massive lightning strikes. And that's not all. Inside the ship itself, deadly threats lurked in every corner. But there was one weird thing. Not a single creature knew the origin of how this universe boat was created. Even before the birth of the figures holding the title of the two Holy Lands, the ship was already there. The sight that gave Luofeng the biggest chills was the bottom part of the ship, which could clearly be seen swallowing a miniature universe billions of light years in diameter until half of it was crushed, proving just how terrifying the energy within the ship's structure really was. That's exactly why this ship was dubbed the Universe Boat, ranking among the top 3 most dangerous places in the universe ocean. Not long after, Luofeng ran into the Ice Summit Master and the Void Gold Master. Seeing the Void Gold Master there reminded Luofeng of his eldest brother Hong, who was currently a disciple of the Void Gold Master. Rumor had it that under the Void Gold Master's guidance, Hong had been training relentlessly and had already reached the Immortal King level, earning the title of King Huan Jie. On the flip side, after Luofeng's map was distributed, tons of human universe masters flocked to explore the universe boat. Here, the Void Gold Master was surprised to see Luofeng joining the exploration too. He also knew that Luofeng was the younger brother of his disciple, Hong, whom he considered a warrior with rare talent. But when it came to talent, Luofeng was on a whole different level. Well, you could say Luofeng was an absolute monster, guys. Despite Luofeng's absurd talent, the Void Gold Master still warned him to be super careful when exploring the Universe Boat because it held many perilous areas. Even those at the Universe Master level like them could accidentally die there. During their exploration of the Universe Boat, the Ice Summit Master and the Void Gold Master planned to split up and move independently. Luofeng was warned once again not to recklessly approach the ultra-deadly inner areas. Here, Luofeng simply agreed to the Void Gold Master's warning without daring to leak his actual plan, which was to head to Jie Fanzi's relic area. After the three of them parted ways, Luofeng flew at top speed until he stumbled upon an area filled with massive crystal balls called the Ice Crystal Zone. It was a hazardous location bombarded by a heavy rain of ice crystal rocks hurtling straight toward him. Luofeng activated his Golden Country technique to make it easier to dodge the smashing crystal rocks. To help him maneuver, he also triggered the Flame Sand Cup to blast through the crystal balls. After making it past the Ice Crystal Zone, Luofeng arrived at a place filled with green lava known as God-Destroying Mountain, or sometimes called God-Destroying Valley. It was an area known to have the most extreme danger level, ranking in the top 3 deadliest spots along Luofeng's route. Curious about just how dangerous this place really was, Luofeng stepped right into God-Destroying Mountain without any hesitation. Shortly after, some moving liquid suddenly appeared, revealing a childlike creature named Yinto. It turned out that Yinto was already there, keeping an eye on Luofeng's exploration. According to Yinto, what Luofeng was doing was incredibly reckless, especially since Luofeng had entered God-Destroying Mountain, a place notorious for being exceptionally dangerous, completely alone. Meanwhile, Luofeng had safely entered the outer layers of God-Destroying Mountain. But here, Babata gave him a warning. This terrifying place housed a powerful entity known as the Lava Devil God. She noted that this massive creature could even kill warriors at the true god level. Even though Luofeng was incredibly lucky, after passing the green lava waterfall, he was met with a barrage of falling rocks. Not just small ones, either. Some were massive boulders crashing right down on him. However, using his Golden Country technique, Luofeng easily punched holes straight up through the giant rocks. Not far from Luofeng's location, Yinto was secretly following and observing him. Once he realized that Luofeng's Shiwu wings possessed immense power, Yinto became even more tempted to snatch them from Luofeng's hands. Fueled by greed, Yinto revealed himself to Luofeng and immediately unleashed his domain power to suppress Luofeng's domain. Seeing a new opponent appear before him, Luofeng wasn't scared in the slightest. Instead, he got even more hyped to beat this guy up. According to the info from Babata, she mentioned that the opponent in front of Luofeng was a member of the ancestral god sect born from the first reincarnation era, named Yinto. It was well known that Yinto was a notoriously difficult figure to deal with, a formidable close combat fighter who mastered a mental-type pinnacle true treasure weapon called the Golden Sulphone Armor. That's why he was a far more dangerous opponent than a Nyong Master. Dripping with arrogance, Yinto threatened Luofeng to hand over his Shiwu wings, promising to let him go right then and there if he agreed. Hearing that, of course, Luofeng wasn't going to back down. He maintained his domain power as a sign that he was ready to fight Yinto right on the spot. When the domain clash paused, a massive boulder suddenly fell right in front of Luofeng. But before it could hit the ground, Luofeng reactivated his Golden Country to push the giant rock toward Yinto. Meanwhile, Yinto transformed into a beast god shaped like a lizard creature. Seeing that Yinto was on the beast god path, Luofeng was surprised to find out that Yinto was just like him. In fact, when it came to using secret techniques, Luofeng felt that Yinto was even more skilled than he was. After the giant rock Luofeng threw landed near the enemy, Yinto easily sliced it in half with just a swipe of his claws. When the massive rock hit the ground, it created an air impact that instantly pushed Luofeng backward. Not only that, but the rock's impact triggered an even more terrifying natural phenomenon in the lava ocean. A giant lava vortex abruptly formed, encircling both Yinto and Luofeng in the center. Even Luofeng was easily tossed around by the currents of the green lava vortex. After successfully stabilizing himself against the lava vortex, Luofeng felt that the vortex's pulling force was equal to a full power punch from a universe master. From Babata's info, besides the lava devil god, she confirmed that this phenomenon was one of the deadliest threats in the god-destroying mountain region. Meanwhile, Yinto effortlessly maneuvered through the middle of the lava vortex. It turned out that Yinto had survived in this region for hundreds of eras, so he was completely used to it and had faced these lava vortexes countless times. Using this advantage, Yinto was confident that Luofeng wouldn't be able to beat him. Digging his sharp claws into the rock structure, Yinto channeled his divine power to control a massive boulder and hurled it straight at Luofeng. Not wanting to just take it, Luofeng countered by using his golden country to move another large rock nearby. With both sides going all out, the two giant boulders collided, creating a devastating impact that instantly blew both rocks to pieces in a massive explosion, sending both fighters flying backward. Realizing his opponent's strength meant he couldn't just rely on the power of the Golden Country, Luofeng drew his sword for close quarters combat. Meanwhile, Yinto, impatient to get his hands on Luofeng's wings, launched a melee attack. Using a giant golden claw, he shot forward and slashed at Luofeng's body with deadly speed. To counter the attack, Luofeng used the Golden Country technique while pivoting his wings to block the enemy's strike. From the clash of power, Luofeng's attack this time managed to send Yinto flying far back. Feeling superior in physical strength, Luofeng rushed at Yinto with his sword for some close combat. After easily blocking and dodging the enemy's attacks, he slashed right at the lizard's head, causing Yinto to cough up blood. Gritting his teeth, Yinto was furious that Luofeng managed to wound him, and he attacked blindly once again. But it seemed pointless because Luofeng was much faster than Yinto, thanks to his Shiwu wings being stronger than ever. Even when Yinto managed to snap his jaws around Luofeng's body, Luofeng was able to injure the enemy from inside his mouth using the golden light technique, immediately dropping the opponent to the ground. Refusing to give up on getting Luofeng's Shiwu wings, Yinto finally unleashed his full power. He coated his horn with the golden sulfone armor and charged at Luofeng. However, Luofeng, who had the upper hand in speed, easily dodged the enemy's attack and landed a swift sword strike right on the enemy's forehead, sending him flying way back until he suffered internal injuries. Feeling that his opponent was practically helpless, Luofeng darted off to escape to another area. Seeing Luofeng run away, Yinto didn't give up and immediately chased after him. The reason Luofeng fled this time was that he didn't want to risk unleashing the true power of the Shiwu wings, which could cause even more people to go crazy trying to steal them. Not long after, the enemy attacked once more, lunging with his jaws. To counter this attack, Luofeng used the Blazing Flames blade technique from the Flame Sand Cup treasure, forming a massive red sword to slash at the enemy. Instantly, Yinto was knocked down again. Not wanting to waste any more time dealing with the enemy, Luofeng continued his escape toward the center of the lava vortex, but once again Yinto refused to yield and kept chasing Luofeng. Behind this whole cat-and-mouse game, it turned out Yinto had a cunning plan to trap Luofeng. He was pretending to try and stop Luofeng from entering the core of the green lava vortex. That way, if Luofeng fell for the trick and entered the core, Yinto would use his secret technique to trigger an even deadlier lava vortex frenzy to trap Luofeng inside. Even though Yinto's plan risked him getting trapped as well just to take Luofeng's treasure, he still had the edge with his divine body and special talents, which he believed would allow him to escape. But it wasn't going to be easy, because most universe masters who got trapped in there would be torn to shreds instantly. When Luofeng entered the layers of the green lava vortex, Yinto immediately activated a roaring technique that instantly struck the walls of the lava vortex. Thinking his plan had worked, he burst into loud laughter. But things didn't go as Yinto expected. It turned out Luofeng already knew the deadliest secret of the vortex, an invisible storm called the Annihilation Whirlwind, which was clearly documented in Jie Fanzi's ancient journal. Hearing that Luofeng knew about this secret, Yinto was completely shocked because it should have been impossible. Even the ancestral god sect had only just discovered this secret in the third reincarnation era. Furious that he still couldn't take Luofeng down, Yinto rushed in to attack Luofeng once more. However, shortly after, something unexpected happened. Another Universe Master appeared and instantly fired an arrow attack at Luofeng. But Luofeng easily dodged it all and analyzed that the arrow attack came from billions of kilometers away. When Luofeng saw many eyes surrounding him, he figured they had to be two members of the Divine Eye clan. Well, Luofeng was pretty annoyed this time because today felt full of bad luck, forcing him to face two people from the Divine Eye clan. On top of that, the Divine Eye clan members in front of Luofeng this time were even stronger than an Yong Master. In fact, one of them carrying the bow was named Jujian aka Ultimate Arrow Master, and he alone was already a huge headache. What's worse, there was another one named Wuhun AK5 Chaos Master, whose power was on par with his master, Chaos City Lord. So, will Luofeng be able to escape this dire situation? Then what happened next? Alright, thanks for watching until the very end. And don't forget to keep supporting this channel by leaving a comment, dropping a like, and subscribe if you haven't already. Okay, bye.